Hello my audience, this is a video presentation for the All-Russian competition of solo presentations in English. I'm Milana Rябова and I'm a student of Faculty of Economics in Belarusian State University. Today we're gonna be covering 5 important strategies for improving your level of self-discipline. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty, I do want to take a brief moment to define what self-discipline actually is. Because I've seen a deal of situations of people talking about the things ranging from motivation to distractions to cell phone addiction, all kinds of things in between. And those actually don't fit neatly into the category of self-discipline. Where they do fit is in a broader category of behavior change. And that is the big goal for the most of us. So when it comes to this general mission, I see several main areas that we need to focus on. One of which is the cultivation of self-discipline, which I'm going to tackle today. And where I want to start is by asking and answering these 2 questions. Number 1, what exactly is self-discipline? And number 2, how does it differ from motivation? Because I think a lot of people get these 2 terms confused. To begin with, I want to share a quote from the writer Samuel Thomas Davis, because it actually answers both of those questions in a pretty tidy way.
Self-discipline is about leaning into resistance, taking action in spite of how you feel, living life by design, not by default. But most importantly, it's acting in accordance with your thoughts, not your feelings.
Put another way, motivation is your overall level of desire to do something, whereas discipline is your ability to do it regardless of how you feel. And for any of you who have ever woken up thinking, I don't feel like it, which is all of you, myself included, you can see now how important self-discipline is. So with that being said, let's cover 5 important strategies for building your self-discipline. And we're gonna start with the one that doesn't seem very tangible or actionable at first, and this is a mindset shift. To put it simply, when you're trying to change your behavior, forget about the goal you're trying to achieve, and instead focus on the change in your desirable identity. This is a concept from James Clear's book, Atomic Habits. Imagine 2 people resisting a cigarette. When offered to smoke, the first person says, "No thanks, I'm trying to quit." It sounds like a reasonable response, but this person still believes they're a smoker who's trying to be something else. They're hoping that their behavior will change while carrying around the same beliefs. The second person declines by saying, "No thanks, I'm not a smoker." It's a small difference, but the statement signals a shift in identity. Smoking was a part of their former life, not their current one. So the general idea here is that once you've embraced the change in your identity, you're gonna find yourself acting in alignment with that change. And this is psychologically proven. So seriously, this one is the first for a reason. Start thinking about behavior change in terms of the identity that you want to embody, rather than the goals that you want to achieve. Alright, strategy number 2 is to frequently remind yourself of why you're being disciplined in the first place. After all, we have to have a strong why for our actions if we want to do them consistently. And here is a story about the actor Jim Carrey, and it goes like this. After he had arrived in Hollywood and he was still kind of a poor actor, one day he took out a napkin and he drew a check made out to himself for $10 million and post-dated it for 10 years in the future. And then he put that check in his wallet so that every time he would bring it out, he could see it and remind himself of why he was working so hard. To tell the truth, I was planning to create such a future board right in front of my desk with pictures of gorgeous mountains where I want to have my house built, and pictures of perfect results for international language exams, and etc. So I was postponing it for a long period of time, but while preparing for this presentation, I got even more motivated to create it. So this is something that you might find very helpful to do as well. Try writing down your goal or the identity you want to assume, or print a picture so as to visualize even more, and stick it maybe next to your desk or by your computer so you can see it every single day and know that this is why you're building self-discipline. Alright, we're moving on to the item 3 on our list, and it is called Let's Focus on the Basics. When I say basics, I'm talking about your essential needs for life: sleep, nutrition, and exercise. These are really important because the part of your brain that helps you to think clearly and control your urges needs plenty of energy and rest to work its best. Always keep in mind that you are made up of various biological systems, all of which need the right care to function well. If you want the best results, you need to provide them with what they need. Now on to item 4. Consider trying meditation. A Stanford study found that regular meditating helps people control emotions, which is key for discipline. To start, try guided meditation apps or look for videos online. As I've discovered, there are plenty of them, and this is how I actually practice it myself. Finally, let's not forget about building new habits, which also requires self-discipline. The tips are the following. Start small, track your progress with apps or a physical calendar, and celebrate your wins. This is all I wanted to share with you today. Thank you for your time and have a productive day. Bye!